Hey everybody, I was watching a movie the other day, and there was a comment there called "Hot Girl Fit," and I thought, what is that? I had no idea what hot girl fit was, and it's basically women who are really, really fit, ripped at the gym, but they can't do cardio at all, right? They look the part. They get on Instagram, they look at their fitness routines, they do it for that, and they look at the staircase, they grab their breath straight away. So I thought, well, where does hot fit girl fit into other areas of life? And it's actually the hot guy hunk, which is the guy who's ripped, he's shredded, he looks great, chiseled jaw, the teeth, the Botox, the tats, but he's useless in relationships. He is the guy who spends a lot of time at the gym. He's well manicured and well, but he has no conversation. He has no self-awareness. He has no communication skills. He has no ability to have effective conflict management. He has no intuition. He has no ability to have self-reflection, right? And that's the hot guy hunk, which I've sort of labeled, right? Is there's a lot of guys out there like that because we have this thing, especially for men, that's masculinity. It's the Andrew Tate stuff. It's the it's the ability to have this sort of persona that masculinity is about, the watch we wear, the cars we have, the cigars we eat, or the smoke. It's that our wives are submissive, that we're in charge. It's the we're the head of the household and all that kind of stuff, right? It's that our muscles, most of our identity is based in what we look like. It's about masculinity is about how ripped we are and stuff like that. And there's a lot of men's coaches out there today that are actually teaching that stuff. Because a lot of men's coaches are really PT guys that have been relabeled as men's health coaches, right? They're PT guys who have done some breath work and ice baths, which basically they're ripped off Wim Hof's, free stuff, right? But they don't have any real ability to coach people in, relationships or mindset or, human behavior. They don't have that skill set because that takes a unique talent, right? So basically you got these hot guy hunks that women sort of go for, but they are shallow. They have no conversation. They don't know how to have a conversation. They don't ask how you are or who you are. They are very, very shallow. And that's sort of like, it's similar to the hot girl fit. The hot guy hunk looks good, feels good, but is pretty much useless across the board. And what we're finding now is that a lot of these men's coaches are really they're taking a lot of men down this path that, you'll see a lot of men's coaches all out, they have their shirts off. They walk around with their shirts off. And that, it's very much a certain style of man. It's that very alpha male stuff. But majority of people, most of the guys I speak to, a lot of guys don't fit that mold. They don't fit into that, alpha male, masculine kind of mold. And with my psychic stuff, I've literally done in the thousands of readings now for females who are in that space where they want to find a relationship. And I can tell you now, like, take this to the bank, that women these days, they don't care about your performance. They don't care about your muscles. They don't care if you're fit, right? They don't care about the alpha male shit, right? It's not what women are looking for these days. Women are looking for self-awareness, self-reflection. They're looking for the ability to connect and communicate. They're looking for emotional resilience, emotional intelligence, and they're looking for a guy who's spiritually aware. They're looking for this guy who's got intuition, who goes deeper into their psyche. And these alpha males, these hot guy hunks, have zero ability in this space. They have none, which is why a lot of them are all single as well too, because once you start dating them, you realize that they're as shallow as a puddle, right? So we need to sort of start to, rebuild masculinity these days. We need to rebuild the man into a space where what people are really looking for today is a man who does have passion, is strong, who is fit, right? But has the self-awareness, has the intuition, has the spiritual aspect to him, has the ability to communicate, be able to see other people's points of view, perspective and perceiving stuff, right? The difference between perspective and the way you perceive stuff is a huge, huge impact, right? The ability to have that introspection, and that in itself is exactly what women want today in a relationship or a man. But you've got all these men's coaches out there promoting the alpha male stuff, and that stuff's dead. You're still going to find, I see them, right? I've gone and done the Garrett White stuff. I've gone and done the Grant Cardone stuff, but I'm still in the same place because what happens is a lot of men's health performance, a lot of their, their issue today from a mental health perspective is because they're told this performance is at all costs, that your whole identity is tied to, your performance as a man. And that's creating much more mental health issues, especially if you go and see a men's coach who's telling you the 10x stuff, don't sleep and all that, and just, rah shit. It's not the right way. So where it's about rebuilding a man, and especially from feedback from, literally the thousands of readings I've done for females, is that we want a different version of a man. We want that kind of guy, and I call him the 5-dimensional man, the physical, social, mental, financial, and spiritual. And the missing part is that spiritual aspect, that ability to go deep within yourself, to have that awareness about yourself and the nature of reality, the nature of relationships and communication and all that kind of stuff. And that's what it's about now. It's not about the how jack can I get. It's not about the Chads from Thunder Down Under. And if you know what Chad is, Google it. It's quite funny. But it's really about taking the new version of man and going well beyond the alpha male. So the hot guy hunk who's got little muscles but has zero behind them, that's dead, right? And, get it, girls, they look good, right? They got tats. They're the bad boys, but they treat you like shit. And then, well, beyond that, but even before that is there is no communication. They're good eye candy. It's great. It boosts your ego. Get it. But when you have a conversation with them, it's like talking to a door, right? So we've got this new revelation of men coming out that's really much, they're enabling the spiritual aspect. They're enabling this self-awareness. They're enabling the intuition, right? And these guys are gold. They're running rings around the alpha male, right? So when you get past the hot girl fit, the hot guy hunk, to more into this space of what does it really mean to be a man today? And it's a dynamic man. It's not this one-dimensional, performance at all costs, my watch, my car, my house, my muscles, my tan, my pearly whites that I've had veneered, all that kind of shit, right? The Botox again now. That's all just external stuff, right? And you can understand everything I've described then is all for external validation. The real men today, the real men are the ones who go deep within themselves. And that's what, I'm trying to bring out in a lot of guys is that ability to be able to tap into that spiritual aspect. Because in that way, there's a lot of people out there who say they can tap into the spiritual stuff, but very few can do it. Like very, very few. To be able to help people tap into intuition, tap into their self-awareness, to have the ability to go deep into the esoteric teachings and knowledge of, ancient times, there's very, very few people that can do that and hold the conversation and then also be able to teach about therapy, teach about relationship, teach about, the ability to be able to, perform at a higher level. There's very few people out there that can do that. So be very careful of who guides you. But I suppose this video is more about hot girl fit, didn't know what it was. You've got the hot guy hunk, same issue, all for show, there for cardio. The guy's relationships are shallow, but there's a new solution to it, and it's about the 5-dimensional man. And the missing part is that ability to go deep within. And this is what happens where a lot of guys these days, they fit into this, right? Because they're gentle, they're soft, they're the corporate workers, they're nerds, they're the optometrists, they're the scientists, the people, tradies tend to go that stuff. There's a whole other group of men out there who don't fit the alpha male stuff. And this is where they feel lost and disconnected, is because, well, where do I go? Because I don't want to get my shirt off because I'm pasty and white and I haven't been out in the sunlight for 4 months, right? So it's there's a space for these guys. There's a space for these people to be able to go, well, I want to be a better man, but I don't fit the alpha male. It's like, no, you shouldn't fit the alpha male because that's one-dimensional. There's a new version of man that I can tell you through the thousands of females I've seen. I've got I can tell you what females actually want. And it's not that shit. Because in the end, they want to have intimacy, they want connection, they want, safety, they want security, right? They want to have this conversation, they want to have this self-awareness, and that's a unique talent. And, so if you're a dude, listen to this, there is a path forward for you. There really is. There's a way forward that you can become the man that, you want to be without having to get in a path of this rah alpha male bullshit, because it is bullshit, right? It fails most guys, right? There is a different path to that, and that's to tap into this spiritual aspect of you. And then, seriously, If you're a guy and you tap in your spirituality and you tap into that space, women love it. Women are all over you because it's like depth. And this is what I'm looking for. If you tap into spirituality, it means that you've got depth. And that for a female is like liquid gold. So if you're actually, watching this, just comment below, and I can get back to you about what this is all about, because there is a new revolution of man coming, and that's the space we're living in. It's the spiritual man. It's the wizard. It's not the king or the warrior or the primal man. It's the wizard, and he can dance. He's smart. He's intuitive, and he's so fucking good. It's not funny. So anyway, hot girl fit, hot guy hunk, they're gone. Become a 5-dimensional man, become the wizard, and then you'll have relationship success well beyond everything you've ever dreamed of before. So anyway, subscribe to my channel, more stuff like this, and I'll see you later.